Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to What You Say Anime. I'm your host, Peter. On today's episode, we are getting comfy and we are clearing out our schedules and we are watching some pretty average to above average anime. It's the Fall First Impressions episode. So what this means is we're going to go over a bunch of new shows. Actually, not even a whole bunch just because of the season, but we're going to go over the new shows and give our thoughts on whether you should check them out or not. And at the end, we're going to talk about some sequels. You, the listener, yes, you, the listener. This is a warning to you that we will be talking about the currently airing shows, that some of them have a few episodes. So there's going to be some little spoilers in between here. So if you don't mind little spoilers, you should be fine this episode. We're going to do our best to avoid like the big ones. But if you want to avoid all spoilers, this is now the time to turn the episode off. So joining me today is the anime connoisseur and my confidant, the lovely and talented Miles. So Miles, coming into this season, we both sort of thought that this would be a catch-up / light season. So has that changed for you now that we're in a few weeks into this this fall season?
Yeah, okay, so here's the context of me. I am a busy man. That might be lying. I have a child I take care of and
That's busy.
a family and stuff. Yeah, I suppose so. I don't get a lot done, but I do feel busy all the time. So that's sort of what I meant.
I'm single and have no kids. So I can only imagine.
It's probably because you are busy. But this season, before this season, summer, maybe late spring, I've kind of been in an anime slump. I just haven't really been feeling it. I just never really got in the mood to spend what little free time I had, doing a bunch of seasonals or anything like that. This season, as objectively mid it is by looking at these Mal scores with nothing above an 8.
There's zero new shows are above an 8.
Correct. Has really reignited it for me. There's a lot of stuff in here that I'm really liking. And so I'm excited to talk about like a lot of these. And then also Wandance.
Wow.
And
you watch your fucking mouth.
Okay. We'll have to.
We'll get to it.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, this show is or this season, I think I've really been liking, and I think part of it is because I never really watch like a ton of things. Like I'm watching like 7. I'll probably move it up to 8 or 9, but it's not a ton of shows, all things considered, for someone like you who's probably watching like 20 or 15.
Yeah, I'm saying it's a light season for me. I'm forcing myself. I have been dropping shows that I've actually enjoyed, but I told myself that this was going to be a light season, so I'm forcing myself to have a light season.
Okay, what's your light season though?
I think for new shows it's like 10, and then sequels it's like 4.
Okay,
I want to say.
So my 15 was pretty close.
Yeah. Yeah. 14, 15, because Twisted Wonderland hasn't started yet. So.
Oh, true.
That's the only thing we're waiting on.
Yeah. So I guess my thought was that because like this is like a heavy season for me, but it's still only like 7, 8 shows, something like that.
Yeah.
My impression of seasons is maybe like a little different than someone who's like really going deep, because a few of these have just really hit for me, and because we're not really getting into the weeds, right? Whatever's on that surface, if that is good, I'm having a good time, and I've been having a good time. Or it's the amount of cold medicine I'm taking, which just makes me enjoy this. Who knows?
Hell yeah. Enjoyment should be the number one factor, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. You know, it's funny because you brought this up that you wanted to like talk about this coming into the season, because we both thought blah 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 blah, like it's gonna be whatever. And it's like, damn, I'm actually like really enjoying these shows. And I think a big part of it is like the mental mindset, because in summer, I think we all agree that it was like on paper absolutely stacked. Like it was overwhelming how many good shows that there were. And so just consuming, for some reason, incredible stuff all the time was like exhausting. This season, it's like, this show's a 7, but like, that was chill. That was fun. That was whatever. I'm really enjoying just like sitting down and watching 3, 4, 5 episodes of shows, when before, like last season, it's like sometimes you just need to digest what you watched. This season, I'm not really digesting. I'm just indulging. So It's been a fun season. It's been a nice, light, fun season. It's the club sandwich of gourmet meals.
I don't. Again, we'll talk about it. I'm not giving these shows 7s, Pete. In fact,
yeah, okay.
nothing has a 7. There's some 6s.
Yep.
But there's no 7s. There's nothing I'm giving a 7.
Okay.
So.
If you like the number, I guess for my ratings, if you like the average score of a 7, you're gonna like what I'm gonna say. But let's just dive into it because we're gonna start talking about these shows and we'll give our thoughts. So sort of what we do is one of these we'll have like what we rate the show right now. That way we can come back and see by the end of it if we were right, if we were wrong, if we missed the mark on something like that. Because I like going back and seeing like my dress up darling takes and stuff like that, where I said like it's never going to give above a whatever, and then just like season 2 knocked it out of the park. And it's like, well, glad I was wrong on that one. So we'll see where
I'll
we
make
stand.
a spreadsheet for it right now, man.
Oh well, okay, fuck it, do it. All right, do it up. Okay. First one that we want to start with, and this is so far my favorite new show of the season, and that is This Monster Wants to Eat Me. And I've been thinking about how I was going to compare this show and how I was going to like bring it to fruition and how I want to like talk about it. Because there's a very specific horror show that I really enjoy that hits its stride after episode 4 and really changed the narrative of the show for me. And The Monster That Wants to Eat Me is doing the exact same thing. And it reminded me a lot of Miracle-chan. So, and I mean that in the instance that I liked Miracle-chan, whatever, in the first couple episodes. And then episode 4 hit, and I thought it was like a 10 out of 10 episode and completely changed the direction on how I viewed that show. That's what this show did for me. People love the manga. I know 2 people that have read it, and they both really enjoy it. And I watched the first episode, and I was like, okay, like that was fine. Like I don't really see like what's like the hype is about, but like I'll let cook, maybe it's just like a step episode. And it's just exactly what it was. And we started cooking, and we've been cooking ever since. And the twist at episode 4, which I don't think you watched episode 4 yet.
I'm at 3.
Okay, so I'm not going to say anything. So spoiler, something happens in episode 4 where it's fucking awesome. And it just is yes, this is what I was waiting for in this show. So I normally do a rule of 3. For this show, do a rule of 4, because after episode 4, I was locked in. I was hooked. I loved what they did with like how they set up the characters, how they set up the narrative, how they set up sort of like the struggle with the main character because she's dealing with a lot of personal issues. Suicide is like a huge topic of the story. Like she is fine with the monster eating her. Like she just wants it to sort of be over, and then starts diving more into that of why she feels that way. And I just sort of think how they're introducing that with like the yokai and her story of being like irresistible to the yokai because she smells so good, kind of figuring out that reason why. So a lot of these elements of this show have been just clicking for me. Like I love this little mystery aspect that we got with the characters. Like, why are they so enamored? Why does she smell so good to these yokai type of thing? And it's just like, it's great to see. And we're going to be reviewing Hikaru for Watch Club. And it's just like, it kind of just is a breath of fresh air for horror in anime, because with anime, a lot of times with the horror, you can add to the element of like gore and stuff with the animation. And I think that's kind of like my introduction to horror anime in general, but with like Hikaru and this is more of a suspense, a thriller, a mystery behind what's going on in this. So Miles, what are your thoughts so far on This Monster Wants to Eat?
Yeah, I had like a 47-second rule with this. There are sometimes things that are just made for people, and like this is pretty close to something that's made for me.
Yeah, pretty damn close.
It's what I love about this is just the utter despair of the concept. I just love this idea that you have this poor lost girl, and then you have this person in her life who is one of the few people who is like kind to her, but for like nefarious reasons, and that the more delicious Hinako will get, the less likely it is that she will want to be eaten. And I love that. I love it because it just sets up such a good dynamic between these two characters, right? Like
Yeah.
Shiora, like it's just it, it, it's such a neat thing to me where this mermaid wants to basically promise Neverland her, but with prior knowledge.
Yeah.
Um,
Like
and
Hansel and Gretel, like fatten her up as much as possible before we
yeah,
get
but the
into
way that
the
she
cook.
does that is by helping her get over her depression and make her enjoy life, which might cure her suicidal tendencies. Like, but then that's when she'll get betrayed. It's this neat cycle.
It's a dark Make-A-Wish.
It is, and I am enamored with it. I am enamored with Hinako's mindset as someone who has gone through, a whole bunch of mental illness things. This thought of drowning and being stuck in a moment, but that almost being enticing, it is relatable. And luckily, I had friends that didn't want to eat me. But I do find it interesting with that. I also like that they're sort of slow playing any potential romance here. It doesn't come off with Shiori being like, "I want to eat you," but also I want to, like their relationship is pretty contractual to begin with. Hinako wants to die. Shiori wants to eat Hinako.
Yeah.
It's
It's a win-win, right?
It's a win-win. Who could possibly lose in this situation besides Miko? And so, I have to imagine episode 4 has something to involve with her, given the cliffhanger that I had at the end of episode 3. But like, even just that like festival scene, I don't know. There's good drama in this too. It is a fun show. They also haven't oversaturated it. I like our small cast. It's kind of like there's a lot of, and these shows aren't perfect comparisons, okay? Like I completely understand that I'm going to name a show that is insanely different. But if you were staring at this without your glasses on from like 100 feet away, yep, right? Something like Rosario Vampire.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You see the comparison when you're very far away. Okay.
I totally get where you're coming from when I take my glasses off and I can't see shit.
So like a lot of these sort of monster romances, let's call them, add in more. There's a lot of people, like a lot. Like even Twilight, a show we have reviewed for Watch Club. You still have your Jacob added. And so far we have a very tight cast, and I like that. I like tight casts. In anime, I think they tend to bloat casts because it sells merchandise. And so, you know what? Whoever wrote this really didn't need to worry about selling merchandise. They're writing a niche supernatural manga, so
yeah,
I'm glad. I don't know. I'm liking this. To me, this is like going to be a 9 or a 10. I don't know where you're at on it.
I'm at a 9 right now because it's interesting because like episode 1 was like a 6, episode 2 was like a 7, episode 3 was an 8, and then episode 4 was like a 10. Almost like like it's ramping really nice. But it's funny though. I mentioned earlier, it's like we like to go back and compare what we said this episode to like our review episode. It'd be funny to see like your thoughts after you watch episode 4 instead of how you would react to the show, because even though I'm like 98% sure you're going to love what they present in episode 4, I think there's like a 2% chance that you hate it. So you gotta just, I guess, let the people know in our Discord, sick plug, when you get to episode 4, because I need to hear your thoughts, because this show is great. But yeah, this show has been fantastic. I've been absolutely loving it. 9 for me. Miles is almost in the 10 range for our first show.
I just love the feeling of it. I like Despair. My favorite anime is Devilman Crybaby. I like this feeling of helplessness, and the show presents it
and
to
it's
me.
there. And it's there. But a show that doesn't really have a whole lot of despair that we're going to talk about, Miles, and that is, may I ask for one final thing? I was thinking of this show. I was also thinking, how am I going to compare this show? Miles, what is the difference between You cooking a steak on a grill versus a restaurant cooking a steak on a grill.
I'll fuck it up.
Okay, what if you knew how to cook it?
You could cook it just how you want it.
Okay, the answer is the restaurant uses more butter. And so, may I ask for one final thing to me? Is a steak, a really good steak, with a whole lot of butter. Like, it's just delicious. I'm eating it and I'm consuming it. I'm just like, yes, this is so good. But like, it's not presenting me anything I haven't seen before, but every bite is just scrumptious. It is just the goods, man. It is the goods. It's so simple. Watching rich, evil people get punched in the face by badass women it's just give me all of it all the time. It's so much fun. I love watching the show. It's just always so enjoyable. I'm always going to expect a rich, evil noble to get punched in the face, and I laugh every time. It's great. Miles, you love evil women. You love.
I do.
She's not really that evil, but
this is the thing, though. Okay, because she's not evil, but she fits a lot of the criteria I want. And Julius is maybe my spirit animal.
He's such a douche. I love him.
I love him.
What a piece of shit. He's so cool.
He is the coolest, maybe second coolest character we will talk about. Because, like, he's like, it's not romantic love. I just like seeing you be insane.
Yeah.
And I feel that to my core.
Because he's just like, I don't love you, but you make the day really fun. Like,
yeah.
I was like, at least you're honest. At least you're a douche and you're honest.
This has a lot of things that I love in it. One, at first I was shocked that they were stopping the slave trade, but then I remembered this isn't from the perspective of an isekai person, which is why that is allowed to happen, of course. It also has my other favorite trope in villainous stories slash other things is when the isekai person is the villain. I love that. It makes me so happy because I knew it was going to happen.
Is that why you love Shield Hero so much?
Yes, because the villain is Naofumi. Okay, I was thinking about
Spoiler
making this
alert,
comparison.
He is.
Like, the story doesn't present him that way, but, like, you know, from, like, a certain perspective. But, like, this kind of reminds me of, like, what Wicked is to the Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh,
This is like Malty telling her side of the story. It's not perfect. But I just loved her beating the shit out of everyone, and I love our villain. I love her too. Are you caught up on this?
Yeah, I'm caught up.
Okay, just want to make sure because I don't remember when they reveal it, but from the smirk she gives in episode 1, I was like, okay, she's isekai'd in here. She is that normal role. Plus, the ED of this, which goes fucking hard, has her. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen an ED completely dedicated to a villain before, which is really neat, which this show does. And it has her in like a Alice in Wonderland sort of thing, which is a great imagery for like what happens in this and her like playing with people. And it really, it's a deconstruction of these idea of this like typical thing where someone gets reincarnated in this world that has a set path and then fucks around with everything to make themselves the main cast, even in ways that are positive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you doing to people when you have all of this prior knowledge and everything? And so I think that is very interesting. I also loved how Scarlet was like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and then just beat the shit out of that guy.
Yeah.
He was like, no, seriously, she's from another world, and she was blessed. And then she just freezes time like she's Link in Breath of the Wild and beats him up and then lets go of the stasis, and he goes fucking flying. It's amazing.
And somehow lived. He somehow survived being team rocketed and then landing somewhere.
Well, that guy has the power of being functionally invincible.
Invincible
but
or vulnerable?
yeah, I guess immortal. In the words of Jackie Chan Adventures, a little throwback for people's childhoods. Immortality hurts. Um, but I thought he was fun. I think everyone in this show it is fun except for maybe the dog boy.
Yeah. Nanaka. Yeah.
What was weird is like so he dressed up as a maid to kill her, and I was like, okay, sure. But then tell me if you caught this. He actually is just a maid, I guess, because the other maids were like, "Hey, you're like out of
he's like a servant, or something like that. Yeah.
I was like, wait, this guy's just literally a maid, and they just have him in the maid uniform.
Worked out.
Yeah,
how that works.
I love her brother. I think he's so funny because he's just like, please be normal, and she just beats the shit out of people because she's amazing, and I love her. I've been watching the dub. I've watched both, but I stuck with the dub, and I think the dub is amazing. They do a great job of localizing it. You know, just I don't know. Are you watching sub or dub?
No, I'm watching a dub. Scarlett's English VA is
amazing.
It's my favorite dub performance of the year. Like she is killing it.
She is so doing great. Just like the proper like, oh, you're being so uncouth that she like puts on her brass knuckle type things and starts beating people. Oh my god, I love it. I just love this show. I think it is amazing. To me, this is like, as you could tell, I don't have a lot of experience with steak, so I'm just excited to get the steak. I don't care how much butter's on it.
Yeah. I mean, I've been looking for like a staple for villainous shows, and I think it's going to be like this. And even though Seventh Time Loop is like on Mal considered like a villainous show, but this is like the villainous show for me. I am a huge fan. I think you mentioned the two things that are making the show like be absolutely what it is the two main leads. They're so good. Julius is incredible. Scarlett's incredible. They both play their roles great. I love that they're not like pulling punches literally and figuratively in this show with sort of like how they're presenting the characters, because I just love the Julius is that cocky, like he knows he's the shit, but he's like up, like it's like I don't know, like when someone is just like so ignorant but they're upfront about it, like you kind of respect it a little bit. Like
you know what it kind of reminds me of? Cautious Hero with Saitama and Restarte, where they're both like hyper competent or whatever, but there are these times that she thinks he's being romantic, and then she'd be like, I don't know why ever, and like Scarlett falls into that same thing with him just like turning the charm on, but then he's like, and it's very entertaining to watch you like I watch a play or whatever. It's just like something that's like very dehumanizing, but like in an innocent way almost from him, and then she's like, oh my god, why do I put up with this guy?
He's still this person. He hasn't changed. It's great.
When like competing at school or whatever, and he's like, oh, you came in first. I did have fun watching you try so hard, like after class or whatever. It was just so funny.
Yeah. The dynamic between the two is great. It's like, will it lead to something? Maybe, but if it doesn't, it doesn't matter. Like they're just so fun together.
Oh my god, it would almost be worse if they became romantically involved. I imagine they will. It has the romance tag.
They should have like a child, but get divorced or something like that. That'd be lit. like they're tied together through a child, but they hate each other. But so that way they're always somehow involved.
They still fuck though.
Yeah. Every now and then someone slips up and like, you know, and then when they're like 65, they finally realize what they had was what they wanted the whole time, and then they notebook it, and then it's tragic and horrible and sad.
And then they die.
Yeah,
right when they realize.
No, like Julius is the one that has dementia, and he like can get his mind back for like a day if Scarlett punches him hard enough, but like she can only punch him in the face so many times. Oh,
imagine having time magic and not using it to cure your lover's dementia.
But like
That
it's
would be-
like it's also her biggest hater. So like you have to like balance it.
that's true.
Like yeah, like
That's
I
why
love
she
him, but
cured
I hate
by
him.
punching him.
Yeah, exactly. Like if she can get something out of it too, she would. But if it only benefits him, then I think that she wouldn't do anything. Yeah, the show's great though. I have it like I have it like a really high 8. It's probably gonna be a 9. But yeah, the show's lovely. Lovely show.
Yeah, I listed a 9. I love this. I love everything about this. I've had so much fun watching this. There's like a few things that like keep it from like a 10 for me, where it's just sort of it does some tropey stuff every once in a while that I'm not a fan of,
Mhm.
right? But for the most part, it's just knocking it out of the park for me. I love Scarlet, best girl contender. I love
Ooh.
Julius.
Oh yeah, that's right, because we're kicking Mao Mao out this year, so you have to pick
yeah,
something
because
else.
you said Mao Mao can't win
2
anymore.
terms, no queens, no queens, no queens
She's
in
my
this
queen.
in
Mao Mao
our
is my
anime of the year
queen.
voting. You get 2 terms of being best girl or best boy, and then you're out of here.
Mao Mao is so important to me that my Mao Mao figure is like in my living room, because like it's not in my like weeb den here. It's just like I don't care if regular people see that.
Yeah, Mao Mao's cool as shit. Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
we spent
excited.
a lot of time. We gotta move on. We got a bunch of shows to
Okay.
cover. Next one that we're talking about is Sanda. I was scared about Sanda because Science Haru has 2 teams. And so it's, are you getting the Don team? Are you getting the Hieke Monogatari team? Are you getting the Time Machine Blues team? That type of thing? Or are you getting the Yuri Deco team? So what, because they essentially made 2 teams after Yuasa wasn't going to or he's like leaving as president, leaving as like lead director. And so Science Haru sort of had like 2 main directors, and the new one that they brought in did Yuri Deco, which was terrible. So I was scared that we were gonna get Yuri Decoed for Sanda, but it seems like we got a decent team on Sanda. I don't know if it's like their full Don team. It doesn't really have that production value like Don does, but it has it more than Yuri Deco. The show has been really fun so far. It's like pure chaos all the time, which is like a detriment and a positive because the episodes go by so fast. But I also feel like they're missing like a huge chunk of context somewhere. I don't know if you had this, but sort of like the how we went from episode 1 to episode 2 felt way too fast. Like that conflict with like the kid trying to expose Santa Claus and like the teacher. To me, it felt like there was no buildup. And that's sort of where I feel Sanda's biggest issue is probably going to lie going forward. To me, at least, is just sort of how they're pacing these stories together. It just seems like the core group that I think that we have now after 3 episodes is going to be these 3 kids, but like it just seems like how they got together was a rush. Like there was no build up for their relationship, their communication, and then sort of the conflicts that have happened so far. But production wise, it looks great, especially like the line work and the shadow work in Sanda have been great. Same with the sound design. There's like a scene because like his feet can turn into skis. There's some scenes where like he was like jumping around and sliding and gliding around with that, and sort of I caught on to kind of how that was laid out, and I was like, okay, this is great. Like Science Haru known for their sound production with Don, like they knocked it out of the park with that, and it's continuing with Sanda. So Miles, what's your thoughts so far with Sanda?
I really like Sanda. I was not convinced by the initial pitch, but if you remember our preview, I sort of talked myself. You talked me into it. I was like, you know what, fuck it, we ball, and that's how I feel about Sanda. Because you were like, I don't know about the setup, and it's like, man, I don't fucking care about the setup. This dude's Santa Claus.
Yeah,
but
no, I get that for sure.
Yeah. And then, like, because to me, it started off with like that whole like stabbing scene and and I was like, how does it recover from here? And like, I thought it did. I thought it did a good job of recovering from there. I was like, oh, you know what? This is all plausible enough, I suppose. Shiori's going to feel really dumb if he doesn't turn into Santa Claus, but he's going to. So, there's that. I love Buff Santa.
Yeah.
I like what they did with his like mentality where he's like he has this like grandfatherly feeling for like all of his classmates now because he's Santa.
Yeah, where she's like, just kiss me. He's like, I can't. Ew.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was super funny. I think that like the principal is creepy in like a fun and campy way. It's sort of like the vice principal from 100 Girlfriends, but instead of being the worst thing ever, it's good. And like the show's good, so that's different too.
It's good.
If I could shoot me,
do you want me to?
Please don't.
Okay.
I just had like a lot of fun with this. I think it's very silly. But like in a fun way. I think the action is good. I think the production value is good. Like it's not Don to Don, but it's good enough where I don't know. To me, there's like a plateau where it's just like this is good enough, or like where it's very good, and I think it's there. Okay, they did like the music has been like sort of sad remixes of like Christmas carols.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a Joy to the World, but like a creepy version.
Yeah,
it's so good.
It's really good.
So like I don't know. I'm gonna watch all of Sanda, and I'm gonna really like it, and I'm probably gonna give it an 8. I don't know what you think about.
I mean,
Sanda.
I have a 7 right now, and I guess I'm pretty sure when we did our first our preview, sort of like what I was hoping for because like episode 3 was like diving into some like real shit, and so I kind of suspected that this show is going to be mixing like some of the goofiness and wildness and outlandishness of Sanda and mix in some of the real stuff like we did. And we see that with something like Golden Kamui, which is sort of what I was hoping we would get, something along those lines, where that show does build up the relationships. It does build up sort of the upcoming conflicts in a way that I think is what makes Golden Kamui such like a prestige show. Sanda is sort of just, it's skipping the middleman. It's just going to the next part, which is fine, but I do wish that there were parts where, especially episode 3, where I feel like that's an episode that could probably be like 2 or 3 episodes long, and sort of draw that out and build up the relationship between the characters and sort of the emotional ties with this classmate. I think so. It's not, and you mentioned the production value. It's not Don to Don, but it is Sanda-san. Like it's like one step below, but it's it's good, man. Yeah, this is great. Like I could see that, like I'm pretty sure like my ceiling is probably going to be like an 8, but I mean, as long as it continues with like its production value and everything that's going on with this and its craziness, I'll still be in the 7-8 range, I think, for the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. There's some like pretty whack world building that happens on this. They really are doing a lot of reaching, I guess. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird world they have built in order to set up this circumstance, but like again, to me, I don't know. I have often been known for having a hard time turning off my brain.
Yep.
Right? Like this is a thing that we discuss. Like, can I turn off my brain? And like I have a hard time doing that. But with this show, it just instantly, the very first thing it told me to do was to turn off my brain and just be like, watch Santa do cool shit, and like we'll make some connections and like don't think too hard about them. Santa.
Yep.
And like I think some of the stuff is relatively clever. The way that if he starts wearing red, he turns into Santa. That's like the thing. And so like it gives him sort of like a get out of jail free card for like getting wounded and stuff is neat, because that both gives him some sort of Santa plot armor, but it also sort of makes sense in a world where a child is shazamming into Santa.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's shazamming into Santa Claus. Love it. Okay, well, that is Sanda. Oh man, I've been waiting to talk about this one. It was probably it was my most anticipated new show, and that's Wandance. And it's behind this. We got Madhouse doing it, so I'm like, oh, incredible. And then you start watching this show, it's like, okay, Madhouse did like Loving Yamada. It was pretty. It's not free reign, but it still looks good. And I was watching, it's like, yeah, this is maybe Madhouse's B team doing this type of thing. And then they started dancing, and the internet blew up, and everyone's like, what is this abomination of CG? And I was like, it can't be that bad. It can't be that bad. It's Madhouse.
It was worse.
It was worse.
It was
How do you make it
worse.
worse? It got so bad. It was crazy. But hold on. I am the Wandance defender. This is the same thing that happened with the girl I like that forgot her glasses with fucking Go Hands. And we saw the opening clip of them doing the CG walk up the stairs. And it's like the worst thing you've ever seen. It's just like, why would you do this? And then you watch the rest of the show and it's not like that, like at all. It's like they use CG for like 8 seconds of the show. And then everyone thinks it's dog shit. And it ended up being pretty good. Wandance is, to me, is my dress up darling with Gibiate's CG budget. Like, I don't know what they're doing because outside of the worst CG, it's and I say it's the worst CG because of who is behind it. Is it the worst CG I've ever seen? No. But with Madhouse behind it, it's the worst CG because this is a S tier studio. I put them at the same level as Kyoto Animation. I put them at the same level as Ufotable. I put them at the same level as like the main team of Bones or something like that. And you get this? What are those? Come on, man. It's so pathetic. But I love this show. I think the show's great. I think the dynamic between a main character sort of having a speaking issue, but like he's not like a loser. Like I'm glad that they're not presenting him as like some fucking nerd or whatever. It's just that he just has a stutter, and that's his insecurity. Like people don't think he's weird. People don't think he's like a loser or anything like that. They just think he has a stutter because like he's tall, athletic, and everything like that. He's just a normal person, but he's able to express himself in a way that he hasn't been able to before. And I like that. I like that a lot in a main character. And then Wanda to me is essentially the Marin version of this, where she's helping, like I guess like how Gojo helped Marin with like her costumes, and he was sort of the support. Wanda in the same way is helping the main dude like break out of his shell, but also like learn how to help him express himself through dance, because that's how they're both expressing themselves. Because she's a little quieter. She doesn't have like the newest episode, like we found out that she doesn't really use like WhatsApp or Line or whatever that they use over there. Like she's kind of like, she didn't like the notification, so she shut off her Line. She's like that type of person. So
based.
Yeah, honestly, like it's like everything but the CG and the show is great. I know I've been ranting, but just one more thing I want to say. What's that? Oh, so in episode 3, they were talking about how Japanese dancers are different than like Western dancers, is because of the pop style of Japanese J-pop. They do it in different beats. And so most Japanese music is in the same beat. So then people dance to those beats. So when they hear Western style beats, it's different. So they're not used to that style of dance. And I was like, oh, that's super interesting. Like that is what I love about like these style of shows, when you're deep diving into like a specialty, like whether it's like, you know, like it could be like art or craftsmanship or something like that. But when you get into the deep down like grittiness, like I love those little snippets of like information of like why they're doing it in this tempo, why they're doing it in these beats type of thing. And it's been great. Like this show is really good outside of the worst thing you've ever seen with your eyes. So Miles, what are your thoughts on Wandance?
One, this has reminded me of a thing I still feel terrible about from high school. There was this very cool kid in our high school. He was a year above us. I was in a criminology class with him, and I had no idea he had a stutter. And he was like a very cool dude. No one cared he had a stutter. I had never heard him talk for a prolonged period of time. He started stuttering in the class. I laughed because I thought he was just trolling the teacher or something. I had no idea. And like some guy came up to me and was like, "How dare you do that?" I was like, "Look, man, I get it. I feel so bad. I had no idea. I thought it was a joke.
I thought it was a bit.
Really, yeah, I apologize.
It's a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode."
Yeah. I was like, I am so sorry, but also I thought it was a bit.
At the time, it was hilarious. I feel bad now.
The thing about this show is you you raise great points, right? The interactions between the main characters, the comparison I think to Dress Up Darling is apt. I think the detail they go into explaining dance and everything and like how that relates to the music, that's all great. Pete, it looks like they don't have bones.
Yeah, they're like a combination of a wacky, waveable, inflatable Tube Man and then Plankton from SpongeBob.
I'm not watching any more of this.
I thought you didn't care about animation.
I thought so too.
This is the breaking point for Miles.
This is my breaking point. We have found it.
It is Wandance.
Because I watched Handshakers and I was like, yeah, fuck it, 6 out of 10. Why not? I was like, you know what? I really like the very upfront approach to incest they had, and I really liked.
Whoa! Yeah.
Listen to our review. I found it very refreshing that they didn't tiptoe around it. I thought it was insane.
Yeah,
but you know what? If you're going to go down that route, good for them. And I really liked that one joke about the people breaking their arms. And
that was hilarious.
To me, you're being mean to Go Hands, Pete, when you were comparing this to Go Hands.
Have you seen the walk-up scene from...
Yeah, I have.
It's terrible.
I have seen it.
This is
terrible.
This is Crying Baby versus Crying Baby.
This is a nuke that unleashes crying babies. The dancing in this is so... Maybe it's just because the show is...
dancing baby versus crying baby.
Just one second, I need to cough. This is a side note, we can edit this out or keep this in. Our Discord mute thing, because it's Halloween, is someone screaming. And I've had to mute, I don't know, 24 times during this because I am sick, and
as is tradition,
every time I'm scared. Just like, who is screaming?
Who is screaming, Kayla?
I was like, is my family okay?
Well, I'm just glad that you could finally realize that animation does matter in anime.
it does. And like, of course, like it was always a little bit of a bit, right? Like, because it does matter. Like, if you remember a Now and Then Here and There episode, like, and I try to be like cognizant of when things were made, but like that had like one frame on screen for like 37 seconds and it broke me. It was just like the end. So like I tend to be very forgiving, and then there's a point and it shatters and I can't, it ruins everything for me. And this is just frankly horrifying, because you need to animate one thing well in this show, and that's them dancing.
Yeah, right? The focal point of the show.
And it is like, as you mentioned, the ratio, right, of what you should expect from this studio to what you are getting is the worst thing I think I've ever seen. You will see that this has a 6.31 on Mal, and like, look, I get it. There's other stuff in this. It doesn't matter, Pete. I know that you think it matters, but it doesn't matter because it looks like someone's not even like a senior class project, like a freshman class project in Animation 101.
This is big, and this is big not because of like the show. It's just this is called character growth, Miles, and we're experiencing it live. Right in front of us, because I've brought this up before, and it can be a multitude of things. It doesn't have to just be animation. And the thing that I always pick out is season 1 of Fire Force, when they're having the fight, and then the girl who's in the show is just on the side randomly losing her clothes. It's about pulling you out of a story, pulling you out of what you're experiencing. It doesn't matter what it is. When you have a show about dancing and the characters look like they are made of petroleum jelly, like it pulls you out of it, because especially when we did the background, like the dance director for this show is the dance director for BTS, the K-pop.
Yes.
Like it's insane. And the dancing itself in the show, I think, is fine. Like I'm not a street dancer, but I've seen street dancing before, and it kind of looks like what they're presenting. So like,
I don't know how you would tell.
I mean,
if it was good or not.
I mean, I think this is her arm when it's up here.
You're gonna have to be doing. You have to do a lot of imagining joints.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
I'm gonna do a quick callback to another show we were talking about, where the opposite of this is Sanda is so silly.
Yep.
That the fact that it's so silly doesn't pull me out of it. But like, if those plot points were in something else, it would really hit for me in like a negative way or whatever. And like the same way that even something that I would normally defend, right? Like Blue Lock, right? Well, once you have like that great animation in like season 1 and stuff, and then you move to them spending the entire budget on 1 minute in the penultimate episode, which did look sick as fuck. But like, it does take you out because of the medium you're watching, right? Like things go from being fluid and looking in a certain way to looking completely different, or being a PowerPoint presentation. And frankly, I've seen PowerPoint presentations with better transitions, and like
there's some sick transitions in PowerPoint.
Yeah, right. Like,
yeah, right.
Zoom in, zoom out.
The fake fade in and then fade. Oh, gotcha.
Oh my god, but like, I don't know. I can't do it, and I'm not going to.
Fair. So. That's fair. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt because I like everything except for that, which is 95% of the show. I feel like it's also weird. You dropped it. So episode 3, the club teacher sort of had like a solo performance for like 15 seconds, and it looked fine. Like it looked like normal CG, and then they had the rest of the class dance, and it went back to like the old shit. I was just like, I don't know, man. It's like I hate harping on that one thing, but that one thing is just such.
And it makes the Zombieland saga CG look fucking peak.
Yeah, right.
That shit looks terrible.
Yeah. Okay, we gotta move on though. I'm gonna be contrarian to most people. I have the show at an 8. Like, I do think that the core of the show and what it's presenting is really good. I like the characters. I like what they're doing outside of I like what they're doing outside of the core focus of the entire show. Outside of that, great. Miles, you dropped it, so I don't even think you did.
I dropped it. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do like a speed round. So there's like 4 shows that I was going to talk about. 1 I'm going to recommend, 3 are on the chopping block. And we'll just go from there. These are shows that Miles isn't or hasn't seen. So the first one is A Mangaka's Weirdly Wonderful Workplace, which is the show I would recommend. Okay. It's like a combination. So if you have a bell curve, and on one side of the bell curve is Shirobako, and on the left side, it's something like, I don't know, Comic Girls. Something like very cutesy and moe. This is like in between. So it's like you're getting the educational stuff of like being a mangaka. Like you see it with like her editor, who is also like a core part of the show. So it's not just the manga side. We're seeing like the business side, the assistant side. We saw that. It's been fun. It's a nice mix of like mixing the educational with the fun. It is the one show that I would recommend out of these other ones. I have it at a 7, but adult cast, really fun. I would highly recommend it if you're a fan of like Shirobako or something along the lines of like creating manga. So check that out. The 3 other shows that I have on my chopping block. The first one is Isekai Quartet Season 3. I like the first 2 seasons. I think I'm just over it. I don't think I need more. Like, I don't know if I care. Like,
yeah, I could see that. I watched the first season. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. And there was like a movie before it that
oh yeah,
it is on Crunchyroll, but like, do I really want to watch like an hour and a half Isekai Quartet movie when I'm kind of just like on the fence to begin with? Like, it's fine. The thing is just like, I don't know if I want more content. So it's on the chopping block for me, but like the episodes are 12 minutes. So it's like, sometimes I watch it when I'm at like work and I have to like kill 10 minutes type of thing. So it's been fine. The Little Miss Vampire Can't Suck It Right, which is Miles's favorite title.
I'll never watch that show.
Yeah. I like the shows like Interview with Monster Girls, where it's like cohab humans and like other mythical creatures in the same type of like school setting. So it's more along the lines of that is what I'm liking. But like I don't care if there's like romance or anything with that. So we'll see where the show goes. I watched the first like 2 episodes. It was fine. But like we'll see if it like episodes 3 and 4 can pick it up where I'm looking for. If not, it's getting dropped. And the last one is Shabake, I think it is, which is a show.
Yeah, I had high hopes for this one. Did you not like the first episode?
So I was hoping it'd be a little bit more like Yatagarasu, where it was more drama in it with like the fantasy and mystery. I don't know if it's just the first episode, but it felt way too light. It wasn't sort of the vibe I thought it was going for. It could later on do some other shit, but like it didn't seem as serious of a show that I would want in this type of set. So haven't dropped it, but it didn't really like it, I would say, after the first episode. So
okay.
We'll see if I continue with it, but it like on paper it looks good, but man, the first episode just like it was a big old nothing burger. So those are 4 shows that I'm watching that Miles isn't, but let's get back into what we are watching together. And this one is probably it's probably my 3rd favorite show of the season.
Interesting. Okay.
Yano-kun's Ordinary Days reminds me a lot of Gigi Harem or Pseudo Harem, which was a show that I thoroughly enjoyed. And this one I'm also thoroughly enjoying. I like that it's not just the same joke every time, I would say. Like so far we've gotten a mix, especially when we found out with like Yano is like super athletic. He just gets hurt all the time. Like that was funny. Like that was a twist to something that's different, using Yano with not just like his clumsiness or him being prone to these sort of like natural disasters that only target him, with whether it's getting hurt or like a paper bag flying over his head. But the dynamic between the 2 leads has been great. I love like the caretaker role that Kyoko had. And I also really like the fact that like she has accepted that she likes him, but like she's cool with just being a teenager for right now. Like she's fine. She's having a lot of fun playing this like caretaker role for Yano, and all of her days that she's spending with it, she's enjoying. And if anything, it seems like to me, like if anything more happens, that's cool. But like she's just having a lot of fun in the moment. And that's something that I appreciate, where it's like they don't need to get to like who's going to confess first type of thing. It's just like they can just have fun together. And that's what we're getting right now. So I've been loving Yano's Ordinary Days. Miles, you've been hating this show. What are your thoughts so far on this one?
I think this show is fine. I don't.
No, you hate it, man. Just say it.
Okay. Well, so there's an obvious comparison in the Miles lore to make to this show.
Do it.
Because in the show, in a lot of ways, is a fixed Shikimori, right?
Oh, 100%.
But
it's better.
It is undeniably better.
Are we have to make a new YouTube short for this?
There's a hole in my heart where the hatred should be when I'm watching this, and it feels a little empty.
Wow.
Because say what you want about Shikimori is not a cutie, it has lived rent-free in my head.
Both of ours.
For 3 years now.
I feel like we bring it up every other seasonal episode.
Probably. And it just means, I don't know. Because this show, you can view it as a fixed Shikimori's not a cutie, but I think you could also view it as a worse Skip and Loafer.
Wow. Well, I didn't put the Skip and Loafer connection together, so I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Okay, so like it's not exactly the same, but you just sort of have this like, I don't know, the general vibing of like, I like this guy, but I'm okay with it if it's not gonna be there. And here's our group of friends, but here are the main 2 people.
Yeah,
and we're hanging out, and our colors are a little muted in the production.
She's like the class president, and so is Mizuki, or I think her name is.
Yeah, I mean, it's not it's not like a 1-to-1 or anything.
No, I get it.
But there's a show we're going to be talking about later. I don't know if you're going to like it more than this or not.
I know what show you're talking about. I'll tell you right now. I like this show better.
Oh my god, I love this show.
Wait, this show or the show that we're going to talk about later?
Well, no, I think the show's fine. I
Okay.
enjoy the show. The show that we're talking about in one show.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was in 2 shows. Okay.
No.
Because that's what I was like, yo, Miles, I'm like, you already got your character growth for the episode. You got to stop.
There's more character growth to see, though it won't be as big.
Okay.
It's character growth, but like 8 out of 10 character growth.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. But the show that we're going to talk about next is sort of more of what I'm looking for in this sub-genre, I guess, of like a high school romance type of thing. Obviously, they're different, but the next one has sort of stolen the show for me. I do like the show. I think it's fine. I'm going to continue watching it.
Oh, we can.
I'm not passionate about it in any way. To me, this is like a 7, 8 out of 10. We'll have to see what I give it. I said there were no 7s. I might have lied. This is to me, this is a 7. Could be an 8 if I grow into it a little bit, which I think is possible.
I feel you. I got an 8. I think it's been, I don't know, sort of just like seeing the characters. I don't know. I thought that like the girl character was going to be like the caretaker role of the whole 12 episodes. Like that's what her character was going to be. And it's not that. It's been changing throughout the episodes, especially have you seen the newest episode?
Not yet.
Okay, well, there's something that happened in the newest episode where it kind of changes the dynamic a little bit. Where I was like, okay, cool. Like in this style of show, you don't need to do that, and I would still enjoy it no matter what. But I like that they added what they did in episode 4. So it's been very, very enjoyable, and I find the comedy very funny. So I have an 8 right now. So, well,
okay, we're not too far off.
No,
I mean, okay.
Let's get to the show that you've been eagerly waiting for.
Yeah.
Based off what I found out last show that we talked about. And that is A Star Brighter Than the Sun. I love this show.
Okay, I love this show.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, coming into it, I knew it was going to be like super bubbly because it was made by the same mangaka as My Love Story, which is one of, if not the most bubbly rom-com ever made for anime. Like just that show is just pure bubbly. And this is, I would say it's very bubbly because even the times where there's like conflict or there is a need for a resolution in more of a non-bubbly tone, I feel like the responses are like overly bubbly. And if you don't know what I mean, you just have to like watch the show. Like everyone is like really nice.
I can describe it.
Yeah,
they set up a scenario where there might be conflict between our main girl and her new friend who has a crush on the same guy. And you're like, how is this going to go? And the new girl, right, very outgoing, sort of Genki like, immediately goes to ask him out because she has no idea that main girl likes her. And then he's like, I like someone else. And she's like, no worries. I just kind of thought you were hot, NBD. And then like once she learned main girl has a crush, she's like, I'll totally help you out. You didn't even need to worry. Why didn't you tell me? You've known him longer. Like, I'd be like super down to help you. Like, it's all chill. And that's what the show is like.
Mm-hmm.
The show is like, what if everything was very happy and worked out well? And sometimes there's drama because that happens in life. But what if that was resolved pretty simply? And honestly, I'm here for it. The only thing that could happen is I've watched 3 episodes of this so far. There's more to go.
No, I think you're caught up.
Okay,
I think there's only 3. I think the 4th episode comes out tomorrow.
Okay, I think it came out today. Actually,
did it?
It might have.
All right.
Point being, I'm close to caught up.
It did come out today. You are correct. So, okay. I thought it came out on Tuesday, so that's my bad.
These people take too fucking long because like I can handle some amount of dancing around, right? I understand how high school worked. I was there once.
You did the dance. I
did the dance. But they're both like basically just telling each other 24/7 that they like each other.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I think you're the coolest person in the world. I wish I was like you. I think you're great. And I can't tell you who I have a crush on because it's a secret." And she's like, "Wow, that girl's lucky because I think you're the coolest person in the world and you're the best." You gotta figure it out in the next I'm going to give them 4 episodes.
Okay.
And because they've already done this, they've gotten this far, and I only have so much patience for when it is this obvious. So the only thing that could kill this show for me is if they just never figure it out, or no plot reasonable boundary shows up to prevent that. I'm willing for that to happen. Whatever. I don't know if you know what happens.
You're waiting for the third childhood friend that hasn't been introduced, who also is either super hot or, something along the lines. I will say, minor spoilers, they do end up together eventually.
Well, no shit.
Yeah, I know. But you will get an answer at some point, maybe.
This season?
Maybe. We'll find out.
God fucking damn it.
But okay, but outside of them telling each other that they love each other, but they don't actually do anything. Anything else about the show that you like or don't like?
I like the friend groups. I like it when friends are nice to each other and act like friends. I think a lot of the characters are very funny. There are just good, this made me laugh quite a few times. And when Hisui's talking to Mio, and she's like, "Yeah, we're friends," and Mio looks like someone who probably hasn't had friends before, and she just has to do the math in her head. She's like, "Yes, I guess I have friends now." It was quite funny.
I feel like this is like a shoujo trope where the core friend group is a trio, and it's always the goofy one, or the goofy / wild one, the more prim and proper to the book character, and then there's someone in the middle. And that happens a lot in shoujo.
You have, even not in shoujo, Seinen, Skip and Loafer. Let's just bring this up again, right? Yeah. Sorry.
No. Well, that's 4 girls in Skip and Loafer. That's the difference between a Seinen and a shoujo, Miles. There's 4.
My bad.
There's 4 girls. Well, I was thinking more Kimi ni Todoke kind of has that. Fruits Basket kind of has that.
So you have the your main. Well, okay. No, Fruits Basket. Pete does not have that.
Yeah, it does.
All the characters in Fruits Basket, you have a delinquent and
the wild one,
and a goth girl who's
but she's quiet and
Pete. No,
she is quiet.
This is true in a lot of things.
But she's quiet.
She says a lot of things, and she's a great character.
I love her.
I do too. I just don't think they necessarily fit this triad.
Shoujos a lot of times have a core group of 3 girls as the friend group.
I do agree. Okay. Well, no, but I think main girl is girl next door, pretty, but in a very not a traditional way, right? In a sort of homey, comfortable, comfy way. And then you have nerd girl who isn't traditionally pretty, who's sort of outspoken and doesn't quite get social cues. And then you have a pretty popular girl. And then you do that. And then if you're a Seinen, you get a 4th girl. Who is the one jealous of the pretty girl.
Yeah.
In Skip and Loafer. And I like the show.
Yeah, do you he hasn't murdered anybody yet, though. You said that he looked like a serial killer in our preview.
So he does. Well, in this, and I'll stick by, in the cover art, he looks like a serial killer. Now, he isn't one. He's much closer to a golden retriever.
Yeah.
But I'm going to stick with the fact that he looks like Ted Bundy in the preview art.
No, for sure. And when you said we're eating this season, I sent you a gif of Ted Bundy. I hope you
didn't. You sent me a gif of Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer. That's what I meant. Same person. My bad. Wrong. I'm not the biggest serial killer guy. My bad. The guy who eats people or ate people. My bad. My apologies. We got the show at
more than one of those. A 9.
A 9?
Dude, I love this show.
What? You have the show higher than me?
I guess I do. I have the show at a 9. I love the show.
Oh!
Look at all this character growth.
Wow. I am.
What do you got, an 8?
Yeah, but this is what's a sensory overload, but for processing information. Like, I don't know what you're uploading too much to my brain right now.
I'm sorry, man. Wait until the next show because we're gonna get at it.
404 brain not found because of what Miles has been telling me. Great. This is just, I don't know, man. This is like watching your son hit a home run at a baseball game or something like that. Like, I'm really proud of you right now, Miles.
I'm glad. I'm so glad.
I'm proud of you, son.
I just love this show. I was just so happy the entire time because this poor girl, like, one thing is she's like very hard on herself in a way that makes sense, right? For like a teenage girl, especially one who's like taller or whatever. But like, she has this great internal monologue and like her way of sorting things out and like viewing other people's perspectives and understanding that she has like a biased view of the world sometimes, but like still validating her feelings. I don't know. It's great. I just want her to be so happy. And she gets to be in the show. Like, I know it's coming.
I wish you watched April Showers from last season, because I think what you are describing right now for this show is April Showers, but another level above. So
okay. I guess I'll give it a go. The concept of April Showers, it just made me nervous going.
100%. And it exceeded everybody who has watched it. It has exceeded everybody's expectations.
I'll have to give it a go then.
It is also, I'm not even kidding you, top 2 funniest shows of the year. It is hilarious of a show. Okay, Miles, last show. Had to talk to you about this. We've been waiting for.
I can't believe you saved this until last.
Save this for last. You saved the best for last. Miles, you love workplace romances where the dynamic between the kohai and senpai is something crazy. And this time around, we didn't really get anything crazy outside of the fact that this dude has 2-tone green hair. So Miles is the My Awkward Senpai defender. He was talking about how much he loves this show, how like everything about it is just coming to him. So I'm gonna let you start, Miles, about My Awkward Senpai.
Okay, so that sounds like a lie. Like what you just said sounded like well, because we know that I hate workplace romances.
You think I would lie on my own podcast?
Okay, wait, did you think I was kidding when I said I liked this?
No, I thought you were dead ass.
I am dead ass.
Okay.
I 100% am dead. Okay. I have long searched for a workplace romance, which I thought was an ass. And like people will be like, oh, what about Wodokoi? Oh, you mean what about that poor woman in an abusive relationship? Oh, wait, that's both of the women? Yes, Pete, it's both of them. If some guy comes up to you and is like, I guess we might as well date because we both have no social life and you'll let me kill myself while I play video games. Ladies, don't date that guy.
That's just me. Date that guy. Please.
Don't date Pete, I guess. So the show, I think, does one thing that I like a lot. It has its faults. It really likes the main character's boobs.
Yep.
And like I get it. They're big. Who am I to say no to that? But the green hair, just as bad as advertised. It's not great. I love the buildup of their relationship, and my voice is going because I am sick and I've been talking for
You're just so emotional about this show.
And 20 because I'm so emotional about this show.
He's trying to play it off. He's not actually sick. He's just getting really emotional about the show.
I have the entire previous hour of me muting and coughing, which you can see if you watch the YouTube thing, was just me pretending for when I knew I would get emotional.
Yes.
But I don't know. I just love their dynamic. I think the fact that it's starting in like such a non-romantic way, I think is great. I like that build-up. Lord knows I like the chase, right?
You love it.
To me, once people start dating, most of the time, that's the end of it. That's the end of the show. You've done what you needed to do. I can imagine the rest. This starts at an early enough place that we get a lot of potential there. 2, I thought the show was pretty funny. I laughed a few times.
Wow.
I know. There was just, I don't know. I just like I don't audibly laugh a lot when I watch things, and I did during this show, and I don't. It's just pleasant. It's nothing groundbreaking, but it just does the job. It doesn't do anything weird. None of these characters are lollies, right? Because they like doing that. They're like, what if? Yeah, which one are you grabbing? There you go.
My senpai is annoying.
Okay, I didn't know if you were gonna do my teeny senpai. Do you have that one on the show?
No, I don't have the manga. I only watch the anime.
Okay.
Which, by the way, good show. I give it a 6. I think.
You know, okay, that sounds about right, honestly.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh! See, he's getting worked up because he knows he's about to talk about how great my awkward senpai is. Instead.
I like their dynamic. I liked when he like defended her, like to those people just by like not like refuting the way that she acts, but being like, I get to know her a bit more and she's great. Maybe you should like go a little easier on her. I really relate to her desire not to do anything social with anyone at work, because I have also spent a long time cultivating that, and
it's good in the beginning of your career, but like once you're like past like your first couple years in the company, social outings, nah. Happy hour, nah. Unless
that's what I'm saying.
Unless she work is paying for it, nah.
She knows what's up. I don't know, Pete. You're a hater, right? You're I
would say I'm a hater
because well, look, real question. I believe you have this at a 6 currently.
That is correct.
If his hair didn't have the green bits, does this go up to a 7?
It would be a higher 6. I'll say that. Okay. It would still be a 6. Though.
I didn't know if it was worth a full point.
It's not a full point. It isn't. Like, it's not Kaiju number 8 levels of terrible character design, but it's up. It's really bad. Like, it's not the Wandance of character design, but
I like the Kaiju number 8 character design.
Well, you're wrong.
Fair.
You just like that girl's hair, which is sick.
I do. That's 100% true.
Yeah, I know. I know you better than you know yourself, my man. Come on, I know exactly what you like. You like all character design.
Are you expecting me to have my awkward senpai at an 8 out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, actually, yeah. I did expect it. The way that you kind of like, I know you and sort of like how you type out things, and sometimes like how you present it. It's like sometimes it's bait, but sometimes it's too baity.
Okay.
But this one, I felt that you probably gave it an 8. Like I kind of got the feeling, and the score on Mal is like almost a 7, so it's like I don't think it's outlandish to think that if you enjoyed the show you gave it an 8. But me, I just don't like how like the whole point of the episode is sort of like to have you break Asusa out of her like shell and like smile when she is like cognitively aware of like her actions and what she's doing and how she's presenting herself. Like, she is very aware, but I guess it's just like she just can't do it, I guess.
Well, that's okay, because this is the thing. Like, she goes through. It's Kaguya. It's just bad Kaguya. Like, or worse Kaguya, right? Like,
yeah, we need a mini Kaguya character of her.
Like, yes, we need the 2
small Kaguya.
Like, yeah,
Asusa.
And then like and they can like have a judge thing, and God, this show's so fucking good.
Yeah, it is. It's really good.
But like, because like there's that scene where she has like the mirror and she's like trying to smile and she just isn't sure how to do it because she like wants to be friendly and stuff, but like he brings it out of her a little bit naturally. And then they have like an interesting dynamic where like he's good with that, but like she literally like is a good mentor for him in like multiple ways. I also like that they showed her being competent at her job and like being able to turn on like a client facing sort of thing and like breaking down the difference between those interactions and everything. Like, again, I don't think this is anything groundbreaking, but I think they do a good job.
Choked up.
That's why I'm getting choked up and not because of my illness. But I think they do a good job of establishing romance or potential romance between these two characters. And I think that I've been so hungry for something like this.
They
That the fact that it's just like, we're gonna do the thing, and it's gonna do nothing. This does nothing brave. There's no bit here, really. She's awkward, but she's not so awkward that it's a bit. She's kind of a normal person for the most part. She's just that standoffish person at work, more or less. Like, they play it up a little bit, but that part where she's like, I need to interact with people, and then she's like, you're all standing in the way, get out of the way. And then she moves by and she's like, yes, I did it.
Yeah.
I was normal.
That was funny.
It was so funny. So I also think the two-toned hair works for every character that isn't the main guy. Now,
correct. Her design is
is-
insane. She's such a
Yeah.
good character design.
oh my god, she goes, and like they do the eyes super well. She is a top 1 Oshinoko
Yep.
knockoff character.
Correct.
That is like 100%.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like the show. I'm going to continue watching the show. And what would you like to see more of it from it, I guess, is my thought.
I guess the biggest thing I would like to see is Azusa's character sort of break out of her shell by herself. Because if it's one of those things where like there are moments where you have like a character sort of like do something or say something where like it clicks in your head, and like that's what you needed to sort of like realize the situation, realize what's going on, and sort of like change or adapt to what's going on with that. With her character, she is like actively going in her head like, these are what is going on, like I know the steps, blah blah blah. Like she understands, like I feel like to me like she understands like cues, she understands like norms and all this stuff, but like it takes somebody else to get it out of her, like outside of like to change her when she can change herself. So I would like to see development from her by her.
The way that I sort of view it is that like it's not like a Grease scenario where she's changing to like please him.
Yeah.
She wants to fulfill a role of like being a good senpai, and so she is trying to make improvements in areas that she didn't necessarily deem valuable, and she's doing that herself, but it's because he's the catalyst,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
In the
yeah.
same way that, like, you know, once I started seriously dating someone, I was like, maybe I should learn how to cook. That was always within me, and that person didn't require that I do that. But in order to, you know, that's sort of the way that I view that.
But I'm also guessing you have changed yourself based off of like you, like your experience. I guess it's more of like, I don't know. It's just like breaking down something and then just like not doing it. It to me is just odd, I would say. And so like her, it's a vibe thing where it's just like, it would be great to just see her, you know, like in that one episode where like they were dancing or whatever, and like she like smiled really bright, and he's like, oh my god, like that's the person that I've been looking for. Like just seeing like those moments where she can be that person without him.
Okay, well, maybe we'll see that, because like I think that if he's bringing that out in her and it happens more often, then maybe we get to see that with like coworkers or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, like she. Yeah, that's just like a really good spot where she can like, I can see that from her.
Yeah,
character.
because I guess I can see that being important, right? Like she is becoming a more social person overall, not just in the context of her relationship with him.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. I'm happy with it. I'm just excited that there's one of these where one of the characters isn't secretly a child. And it's either mentally or physically.
Yeah.
And
I guess I should say that but I like her as a character. I don't like the dude. I don't like you. I'm not enjoying his character so far.
I kind of like him. He's not anything. He's not supposed to be that special, in my opinion, right? We're supposed to just think Azusa's the fucking best. Yeah. He's fine. You could tell by their designs. It's like how you can tell who wins or who lives in like a scenario where like a class is gonna get eaten by zombies by like how detailed the characters are or whatever. And like that scene in what was that magical girl show we just watched that was also an idol show?
Oh, Maybashi Witches.
Yeah, Mibashi, which is how someone was like, "Wow, this random throwaway character has a crazy character design." And then she shows back up. It's like that's how we know. Um,
Ah,
mhm. But like I don't know, I find you like relatively relatable as like someone who started, like the ramen thing is pretty relatable. And being like, yeah, I'm eating ramen because I spent so much money on a gunpla.
yep, facts.
Like I get it.
Been there.
um, and I don't know. Again, I liked how he defended her to the people by like being like she just has more depth than you're seeing. Like she does have these issues that you're mentioning, but like there's more there. So
Exactly.
maybe
That's
you
it.
should.
There's depth
Yeah.
to her character. I don't mind him pulling it out. I just don't want him to pull all of it out.
Yeah, no, I completely agree there. I'm defending him as a character, and I'm
Oh,
not going to
sure.
try that hard because I don't. He's like a 7 out of 10 character. He's
Yeah.
whatever. But
3 out of 10
I think
was the
he's
hair.
yeah, okay, yeah. Just I'll bump him down, but the hair really does make him worse. I'm like not lying here. It is the Wandance of two-toned hair.
Yeah, for two-tone hair for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you actually have it at right now?
Pete, I have it at an 8.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you were kidding. Okay, and I have it at
No,
6.
okay.
My
But
more
yes.
thing is like I like these style of shows. It's just fine. So that's why it's a 6. And I'm gonna enjoy it.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch all 12 episodes, and it's gonna be fine the entire way. And I'm gonna like it. It's just gonna get a 6. So, Miles, is there any show that we covered? Oh, actually, real quick before I ask you that question, I need to bring up a show that I wanted to do for itself, and that's Sexy Beastars. I just want to give a shout out to Sexy Beastars, aka With You, Our Love Will Make It Through. If you like Beastars and you like it, but you want it to be more shoujo-y, boom, this show is for you. It is sexy. The budget is way better than you think it's going to be. The production value is shockingly great at points. So I will give it that.
This main furry,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
is the green two-toned hair of furries.
No. This dude's great. This dude,
I bet he is.
he's really
I'm
good,
looking
and
at him,
he's
though.
voiced by Hachiman. So
My question that I had for you about this was, isn't Beastars or Beastars Sexy Beastars?
So okay, good question, because people are like,
Thank you.
how is Beastars not sexy? There is sex in Beastars, but it is not sexy. There is a difference between being sexy and having sex.
Okay.
Beastars is what they do in that show. Some parts is sexy, but for the most part, I would say it's more gritty than sexy. This show's just sexy.
Okay.
You gotta watch it. It's like, I mean, I hate to call it Stony, but like when Stony has her what ifs or like her hear me outs.
Yeah, hear me outs.
And it's a dog person. It's probably going to be good, because Miles, the last time we had this was solo leveling, and you love solo leveling, so
that's so true. And I completely understand wanting to fuck that statue.
Yes.
Like I get it.
Yeah. What that tongue do?
That's not it for me. It's more the murder for me.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the teeth.
It kinda.
Yeah.
The vibe.
Yeah. Okay, so now, moving away from that, I don't want to talk about teeth. Miles, any shows that we talked about or you looked at that you want to check out, or a sequel that you're watching, etc. Anything else that we missed that you want to talk about real quick?
Okay, so I haven't started watching it yet, but this is you ready for more character growth? The main sequel that I plan on watching this season is a Geary Cap Cinderella Grey.
Woo! I got my shit on right now. I got that shit on right now.
I enjoyed season 1. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I suspect that will more or less continue. A little more grounded version of Uma Musume if you're looking for something that's slightly less silly. than season 1 at least.
You're gonna be so pissed when Oguri Cap is in Best Girl this year.
I am, because Ogiri Cap is not a character.
She is a character, and she is incredible.
She is. We talked about this at the end of the last Watch Club. I was like, she has no personality, and you were like, she eats.
She eats. That is personality.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
She's a fatty.
Does she continue to eat food?
Yes, even bigger food too. It's hilarious.
I bet, because she's moving up the ranks.
She
but
is.
Pete, you have more things to talk about.
Yeah, yep. I'll be quick. Just some of the other sequels I'm watching. Campfire Cooking Another World is back. If you hate isekais, don't even consider this an isekai. It is a fantasy cooking show. It is super fun. It's lovable. It's adorable. The cast is great. It is one of the most. It's essentially like a what if Laid Back Camp was a fantasy show, because it's mostly it's mostly just chilling and cooking food and then eating the food. Like that is that is 90%
if my
of
least
Campfire.
favorite part of, because you know my dungeon mesh take,
Yeah.
right? Would I like Campfire Cooking?
No, of course not.
Okay.
What? No.
Okay.
No, but for people,
for the audience who don't know, my dungeon mesh take is it would be much better if they just got rid of the cooking part of it.
Yeah. So you would hate this show because it's the focal point is around, because one of his familiars is Felnir or whatever, Fenrir, the legendary wolf.
Yeah.
So he wins every battle easily, but he doesn't know how to cook. So the dynamic is that he can cook and he is the greatest whatever hunter. And you get a lovable slime, and we got a fun baby dragon this year. So it's been great. You mentioned Cinderella Grey. We had a break this week, which sucked, but I mean, I love Cinderella Grey. I finished my rewatch last month. I think by the end of it, I'll like it more than season 2, but I really liked season 2. But Cinderella Grey is knocking it out of the park. And then Spy Family. It's my comfort show. I love Spy Family. I don't care. It can be the same. It can be anime original stuff like Code White all day. I don't care. I will consume it. I love it. But that is it. Outside of everything else we talked about, Twisted Wonderland is the only other show, which I think comes out like relatively soon. Because it's only 8 episodes, so I think it's like middle or beginning of November, I want to say. So will be very soon. But Miles, do you have any parting word to your adoring fan?
Hi, Mom.
Whoa. I said a parting word.
Fuck. You got me.
What word do you want to say? You get one word.
Hi.
Highs. That's what Miles is going with. So if you have made this far and you want to support us, the best way to do so, like, comment, subscribe, leave a review on whatever platform you're watching or listening to us on. Next week for Watch Club, we were doing The Summer Hikaru Died. I can't wait. I've already done my review on it. If you want to go check out our seasonal review, I reviewed it with Tyler. Otherwise, we'll have a more like in-depth review of Hikaru next week. Otherwise, if you're here for non-Watch Club, I think in 2 weeks, I think I need a filler episode. So probably doing my anime review list game. We'll see. Work has just been insane, and so I haven't scheduled shit. I looked at our schedule, and I'm like, I am out of content. So we'll figure something out. We'll have something in 2 weeks. I'm not taking another break. So on behalf
if you want to do something, I can hit you with some ideas too.
Hit me with your best shot, viewers, listeners. If you want something made, I'm all open to ideas. I can't promise that I can do it, but it will help me create things going on in my brain for ideas as well. So let me know. Otherwise, Miles, thank you as always for being super sick and still taking time out to talk anime, even though you hate it.
Always.
Thank you to everyone out there, and we will see you next time. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.